Guys, I'm really hyped that my camera autofocuses. Like, this is just so cool to me. I'm such a loser. Alright, don't need to be that close. Anyway, so story time. I was hesitant to make this because I'm like not one to usually talk about this kind of stuff, but whatever. It was so long ago, so let's talk about it. My first date. By the way, attempted to straighten my hair today. Also just painted my nails, so that's why I'm like being extra. Okay, so I'm not really, to be honest, 100% sure that this is my first date. I think it was though. Like, I don't really remember being like, this is my first date. Like, I don't remember ever like thinking that. But to my knowledge today, this was my first date. So I was in, when did I do this? I want to say it was the summer going into 8th grade, maybe? I don't know, guys. I was in middle school. I really don't remember the time frame. Wow. All right, let's just put the hair back here for right now. We're gonna call him Brian. I met this guy through a friend. This is back when AIM was a thing, guys. AIM, screen names. Remember that? My one friend, we'll call her, this is really hard to come up with names. We'll call her, all right, we're just gonna call her Cindy because that's the first name that came to my head. There's a piece of hair like hanging out, and I need it to not hang out. Cindy, she told me that her friend Brian saw my picture on MySpace, I think. I don't really know how he like knew who I was. But anyway, long story short, he told her that thought I was cute, and she showed me a picture of him and I was like, okay, not bad. And then she was like, well, he wants your screen name. Like, if that's cool with you, I'll give it to him. And I was like, all right, whatever. And so we talked so much on AIM. I would be up till like 4 in the morning, and like, no, my parents did not know I was on the computer that late. But I would be on the computer that late, like till 4 in the morning, talking to this boy. I don't know about what though, because like in 7th and 8th grade, I think it was around that time frame. What was I talking about for so long? I really don't know. He was just like a genuinely cool guy. Like, I just felt like we had a good little conversation going. He was funny, but I was like really hesitant. I wasn't like, I've always been that kind of person though. I don't like just fall for people so fast. We finally made plans to meet and hang out. He wanted to go see, it was a Will Smith movie, I Am Legend? I think it was I Am Legend. I was like, okay, sure. Now mind you, I don't have a car back then. Like, this is back in the day when I'm a teen, and you know how that goes. I need to do a hair flip, hold on. Whew. All right, we're good. So I'm like, okay, cool. And he's like, Friday at 8. And I'm like, cool, whatever, fine. At the time, my best friend, who we will now call Nicole, my best friend Nicole and I were hanging out that Friday, like all day. And I was like telling her about this date that I had that night. Like, we never really called it a date. You know, back then it was like weird, like, hey, wanna hang out? It's still, I feel like boys are still mature and don't call things dates. But anyway, and so I think I like end up talking her into coming with me. And I text him and I'm like, is it okay if my best friend comes with me? Because I was just like, I didn't know what to expect, and I was like, what if this is just like terrible and like I need someone to save me? Like, I need my best friend there. I don't know where we were, to be honest. I think me and Nicole were like hanging out somewhere at someone else's house, and I think the movie started at like 8, and it was a Friday, and this is when movie theaters were like popping and people didn't just Netflix and chill all the time. So like shit was like packed. So it's like 7 o'clock, and where we're at is like kind of far away from the movie theater, and her mom was gonna drive us to the movies. He's texting me and he's like, hey, like almost ready, like can't wait to see you, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, I'll be there soon. And like, mind you, we're like far, we're not close to the movie theater, but I'm like still telling him like, yeah, I'll be there. And so it gets to be like 7:45, and he's like, hey, I've been waiting outside, like, are you almost here? And we haven't even left yet. Like, I don't know what we were doing, I don't know why, I don't remember all the details. Like, we were like trying to get something done in time, but it wasn't getting done. I text him and I'm like, I'm gonna be a little late. And he's like, well, how late? And I'm like 45 minutes away. And he's like, okay, because he like bought my ticket already for me. Like, he was ready, he was waiting. He got his friend to come too, by the way. Like, he had his best friend. They were like both waiting on me and my best friend. And so like it gets to be like 8:45, and he's like, are you coming? And like, we're just now pulling up, and luckily I think there was like a 9:30 show or something, but he was like clearly pissed. Like, he later said this that night, he didn't tell me this, but later when we talked about it, he was like, yeah, I mean, pretty much thought you stood me up, like, and I never even met you. Like, I got stood up by a stranger. But anyway, I remember like we were rushing to the theater. I was trying to be like cute, get my hair right, make sure my outfit was cute. I don't remember what I wore. I think I wore like, back then, you know, jeans, flare jeans first of all, but they had like the white fade in them, like with the little like whisker stripes, that's what they're called, like the little white stripes. I was popping. And then I think I had like a graphic tee on, like a yellow graphic tee, some Air Force Ones. I thought I was so cute. Anyway, get there, and he's like, is he waiting at, no, yeah, he's waiting in the lobby, and he's like, I got your ticket. Like, he's like clearly not into me. Like, he's like, this bit was an hour late. And like, I never gave a reason. He had to hit me up. Like, I was just really bad at communicating. So we get to the theater. I Am Legend, right? First of all, I love Will Smith, and like, I wanted to watch this movie. Like, that's what I wanted to do, okay? I wanted to watch it. And I kid you not, this boy talked the entire movie about himself. Like, wasn't even like asking me about me, and like, we were just, you know, the conversation was just so good we couldn't stop talking. No, he literally would not stop talking about himself. It was so annoying. Oh my god. He talked about the sports that he played. He talked about like awards he had won. He started like showing me pictures and stuff of like whatever. I don't even know, because I was like really trying to watch Will Smith. Like, I genuinely didn't see that movie that day in the theater. Like, I was like, cool, glad I didn't pay. But but still, like, I wanted to watch that movie. And like, his friend is really awkward, by the way, and like doesn't really say hi to me. And my friend is like very outgoing. Cole was like all about talking to people, and like, not that they were trying to make it a double date thing, but you know, either way, he was being really awkward, and I was like, this is just all around weird. Anyway, the movie's finally over. I didn't see any of it because this boy talked the whole time. Oh my god, I was so mad, because I was like rushing to do this, and I was like so excited, and then he just turned out to be like the most cocky person I've ever met. Like, one of the most cocky people ever. And at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure he thought it went really, really well, because like, I was never rude. I just like entertained him talking about himself, and I was like, oh yeah, that's really cool, yeah, oh wow, you know how that goes. So he's like, we really need to do this again, and like, we need to hang out. And I'm like, yeah, And like, mind you, this is like the first time a boy's ever like done something for like this for me, or like anything. So I was like really new to it, so I didn't exactly say no. And I'm obviously rambling because my card just filled. Anyway, where was I? Long story short, like, yeah, that date was a fail. It sucked. Not the most craziest first date story ever, but like, it was just so annoying. He was so cocky and annoying. You know, that was back in the day when you had to like wait for your parents to get you and stuff. So I just remember like waiting outside of the movie theater, like for, I think her mom was coming to pick us up, and I was like, oh my god, time can't go by faster. Like, if this boy shows me any more pictures of him playing basketball, or talks about any more things about himself, and doesn't ask me one thing about me, like, I'm going to lose it. But little additional story, we did end up hanging out one more time. He rode his bike to my neighborhood, and he lived like not close, but he rode his bike to my neighborhood probably like a week later, and we hung out at this park, and he did it again. Like, he did it again, and it was so annoying. Like, I'm friends with this kid now, and like whatever, it's funny. I don't think he knew that that was my first date also. Basically, like, at the end of that hangout sesh, he was like, so what would Casey say if I were to ask her to be my girlfriend right now? And I was like, Casey would say no. We were like he was like walking me back to my house at this point, because the park was right by my house. He was walking me back, and he was on his bike, and I was walking. And like, after I rejected him so mean, I don't know why I was so mean, he basically just took off like on his bike. Like, he was like, okay, well, yeah, maybe I'll see you again sometime, Casey. And he just biked it home. Like, I felt so bad later, but at the same time, like, he was just so cocky, and that's like my biggest turn off ever. That's my first date story. Nothing too wild or crazy. It'd be funny if he watched this. I don't think he watches my videos though. I don't know. I didn't watch I Am Legend for like years. Like, I probably saw the whole thing for the first time like 2 or 3 years ago, and that movie's old. So I was like, wow, cool. If you guys want to see more story time videos, like maybe my first kiss, or I don't even know, something else, high school stories, I don't know, something, then let me know in the comments. I really like doing these videos. I really like watching these. So let me know in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed and following me on all my social media too. You should be doing that if you're not. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
It's you and it's me, a beautiful symphony. Crazy to a degree, just a musical freak. Love making's like making music. The tempo